So lined up side by side, it's J.R. Billings, Zach Sanders, who looks very strong in his heat. Here we go! Feature number 1 with the Pure Stocks here tonight at Central Missouri Speedway in Warrensburg. As J.R. goes to that inside, Sanders just outside of him. Row number 2 with the Bear, Darren Christie, in the 4 of Don Johnson. Leader of lap number 1, it'll be Zach Sanders in the 38. Billings in that second spot, the Bear, Darren Christie. Here comes Headley in the 23, Johnson in that 4th spot. Headley in 5th, David Doles in 6th behind him. This will be lap number 2 as they go across. Zach Sanders, your leader. So Sanders looking really strong, former modified driver. That's the first night out in that Pure Stock, by the way. So Zach Sanders in the 70, in the 38. Again, Billings, the Bear, Christie. A problem on the backside in the 89 of Evans as he pulls off onto the infield. Looks like he'll be able to get off the track. So Evans in the 89 pulls off. His night is done. So Sanders now with that lead. Billings right behind him coming out of turn number 4. This is lap number 3 as they go by this time. Oh, as several cars get together here, and Martin slides into the wall on the front stretch with Austin O'Brien in that 25 car. But your leader, Sanders now. Billings just behind him. Workman, he stays on that high side. The young 14-year-old driver in the 24 car. Gaining some confidence in that car. Here comes the Bear, Christie around him. And now Headley up into that 4th spot. So still your leader, Sanders on that backside, J.R. Billings. The Bear, Darren Christie, Headley, and the 4D of David Doles now. David Doles, and a problem on the 4 car of Don Johnson. Don Johnson pulling off, slowing down, coming up into the hot lane. Let's see if the yellow won't have to fly as he goes into the hot pit lane, goes off the track. The 4 of Don Johnson with your leader, Sanders in that 38. Again, Billings a 185. The 3, the Bear, Darren Christie, Logan Headley, David Doles, your top 5 right now. Austin O'Brien, the 25. Chris Reif in the number 7 in 7th spot. Joey Harper, the 21. Scott Martin in 9th, and Gail Harper in that 10th spot as your leaders come across out of turn number 2 again. Yellow across the front stretch as Austin O'Brien goes around. That's Deathridge's old machine as he tries to get it refired here. So that brings out our first caution of the race here. Now Zach Sanders, first night out for that car. Here we go. We'll give him the 5 to go this time across with Sanders as your leader, J.R. Billings. Here comes the Bear, Darren Christie. Headley and David Doles still in your top 5 as Christie now tries something on the top side. Logan Headley slides up in turn number 2. But still right now it's Zach Sanders in the 38. So Sanders, Billings, Christie, Headley and David Doles, your top 5. Spencer Reif now in behind them in that 6th spot now. But Sanders, your race leader here, should be about lap number 12. So Sanders, Billings, the 3 of Christie, Logan Headley battle now. Here comes Spencer Reif. White flag will come out this next time across on lap number 14. Lap number 14 coming up here for your race leader, Zach Sanders, as he starts to pull away from the field again. Zach Sanders in that 38, J.R. Billings a 185. Battle for 3rd now with Christie and Headley. And also a battle for 5th with David Doles. Here comes Spencer Reif in the 7 as the checkered flag gets ready to fly here On feature number 1, the double checkers from Herschel Thompson, it's Zach Sanders. It's Billings. The Bear Christie. Logan Headley in 4th, David Dole, Spencer Reif, Joey Harper, Gail Harper, Scott Martin, and Jimmy the Kid Workman. So your winner, first night out, Zach Sanders. Here's your winner tonight. K&R Racing, Jet Racing. Just a few of the sponsors on the car. Batter Motorsports. We'll give Zach something to drink here, kind of cool off for a second, Zach. Great run here tonight, man. I tell you what, congratulations on this run. First night out for this car, is that right?
Yeah, it's first night out in it. Can't thank Bob and Sherry Russell enough for letting me run it. Seems like it's going to be all right. It was kind of like driving a Cadillac. A lot of fun, a lot of fun. Never been in one. This is kind of my first rodeo in them too, so had a lot of fun.
Great car out here tonight. You were really fast in your heat race. J.R. Billings put a little pressure on you, but it looks like you had it pretty well taken care of tonight.
Yeah, he's usually one of them hitters in this class, so good run, good racing, had a lot of fun.
You bet. I know you have some sponsors on the car, people you'd probably like to thank.
Yeah, first off, Bob and Sherry, like I said, they own it. American Masonry Contractors. We actually put this thing together for his daughter, and I think she's going to have a lot of fun in it as well. But, yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations. Your winner tonight, Zach Sanders. The driver? Yes. Well, this is our driver. Are you looking forward to driving in this one?
Yeah, it's going to be very fun.
All right. Great to have you out here tonight. Zach Sanders, your winner tonight. Dylan Rafferty with Brian Ziegler on the outside. Here we go. 20-lap feature event here at Central Missouri Speedway with your Mod Lights, the first feature of the season on opening night. With Power 97.7 K-POW FM radio, Dylan Rafferty takes him down into 3 and 4 as the leader. Ziggy comes to the outside now as he comes around turn number 4. It's Dylan Rafferty. It's Ziggy to his outside. Here comes Michael Rafferty in the 41, Justin Rafferty in the 75, and Travis Alexander. There's your top 5 on the initial lap. This should be lap number 2 as they come across this time. Still Dylan as your race leader, but here comes Brian Ziegler. Brian Ziegler making it work on the high side. Dylan Rafferty. This will be lap number 3, still scored as your leader was Ziegler, Michael Rafferty, Justin Rafferty, Travis Alexander, Josh Crump in the number 31. Here comes Ed Griggs in the 47, Jeff Rafferty, Mark Lane, and Tony Kerr, your top 10. Back to your leaders here. I believe this will be lap number 4 as they come across. This time, Dylan Rafferty starting to pull away. Dylan is really strong here. He was our track champion here last year at Central Missouri Speedway. Oh, his guy goes around, and now that causes a problem on the back stretch as Ziegler tries to get around him, and he slides high up into turn number 3. That was that 17 car of Kyle Guy. So tough break there for Brian Ziegler, who was in 2nd at the time. He turns to avoid the crash, ends up high in turn number 3. Double file restart here with 5 laps down. There's the 46 of Dylan Rafferty. Michael Rafferty now to the low side. Michael down on that low side. Let's see if he has anything for Dylan. Dylan always that fast car in the 46. Michael, though, tries to slide down below him in turn number 2. Here comes Justin. All the cousins there together. Here comes Ed Griggs, though. Watch out for the 47 of Ed Griggs. Ed Griggs in that 47 machine. Ed Griggs now has challenges for 3rd. Ed Griggs side by side there with Justin Rafferty in his 75, but it's Dylan and Michael here at the front of the field. "12 laps to go, so 8 down, 12 to go, and here comes Griggs again. He takes another spot away on that lap. Down on the low side. He's making it happen down here. But Dylan Rafferty starting to pull away from the field. Let's see once he gets into lap traffic. Michael in that second spot. Ed Griggs third. Justin fourth. And here comes the 36 now. Travis Alexander in fifth. Josh Crump sixth. Jeff Rafferty seventh. Mark Lane eighth. Tony Kerr ninth. And Darren Phillips 10th. So halfway that time for Dylan Rafferty. Now into lap traffic. He gets around Dave Thomas in the 85. Those lap cars slow down on the low side, trying to stay out of the way from your leaders. So Dylan Rafferty, as the 73 of Tony Kerr goes around in turn number 4. So the 73 of Tony Kerr, and also that 17 again. I think that is 2 for him. That is Kyle Guy. I think that will... All right, here we go out of turn number 4. Dylan Rafferty. And here comes the 47 of Ed Griggs on the restart. Ed Griggs on the move. Ed Griggs, the 47 machine, as he goes down on that low side, gets side by side with Dylan Rafferty in the 46. Here comes Justin now in the 75 as Dylan now protects that bottom down on the hub out of turns number 1 and 2. Ed Griggs on the move, started outside of row number 5 in the 10th spot. So Michael Rafferty, Justin Rafferty, Josh Crump, your top 5. Should be about 7 laps to go as they come across. It's Dylan Rafferty starting to pull away, but Ed Griggs, tell you what, keep an eye on him. One mistake out of the 46, he'll jump on it. Here comes Josh Crump now in the 31. He gets into the 75, and he goes over in turn number 1 and 2. I could see that one coming as they got together in turn number 4, or turn number 1 and 2. They got in side by side, and Crump lost control down there in 1 and 2. We have our official right on the track with him right away as the red flies, and we get our emergency team. It was the 31 of Josh Crump. It looks like they got the car back over. How's our driver down there, guys? How's our driver? 12 laps down, 8 to go. 12 down with 8 to go. Here we go with that green flag flying again. It's Dylan Rafferty. Here comes Ed Griggs. Ed Griggs trying to make it happen. So Dylan Rafferty, Ed Griggs, your top 2. Michael Rafferty, Justin Rafferty, Jeff Rafferty, their top 5. Just 7 to go now. 7 to go with Dylan Rafferty. Will he be able to hang on? But Griggs now putting some pressure in turn number 4. Here comes Ed Griggs. Michael. Rafferty, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And then Travis Alexander and the 21 of Darren Phillips moving his way back up through the field. That's a fast car there in that 21. But still your leader as he comes across this time. Should be 5 laps to go. Dylan Rafferty. Let's see if Ed Griggs has anything left for him. Ed gets right on his tail coming out of turn number 4. As they get into the lap traffic now. Dave Thomas, retired Army Sergeant, by the way. So, Ed Griggs goes way high up in turn number 2. Got a little bit loose up there. But Dylan, still your leader with Ed in that 2nd spot. Michael and Justin behind them. And then Jeff, here comes the 36, Travis Alexander. So just 3 to go now, 3 to go. So Dylan, Ed Griggs, Rafferty. White flag will come out this next time across for Dylan Rafferty. Dylan Rafferty takes it down the back stretch right in the middle of some lap traffic now. That says, see what happens. It says that gives Ed Griggs any kind of chance here on this last lap as the white flag comes out. Kelly Vale in there in the 12V. Ed Griggs now tries to go outside. Oh, loses some position there. Ed Griggs tries to make the move, getting around the lap traffic. That broke his momentum on that backside. So your winner tonight will be the 46 of Dylan Rafferty. Ed Griggs in that second spot. Michael Rafferty, Justin Rafferty, Travis Alexander, Darren Phillips all the way back up to 6th. Also, Brian Ziegler right behind him. Kevin White in 8th, Nathan Wolf in 9th, and Mark Lane. So Dylan Rafferty continues his championship ways. We'll head on down the track and get a few words in with Dylan. Dylan Rafferty. There you go, buddy. Congratulations on your win again tonight. Ed Griggs was right on your tail. I don't know if you saw him back there or not, but good race again tonight.
Yeah, they made me work for that one. I kept choosing different grooves, and then they'd nose in there, and I'd have to go to a different groove. Track changed a lot.
Looked like you were making that low side work towards the end of the track, just kind of trying to maintain that lead.
Yeah, my plan was just to roll the bottom, but then I think it was Ziegler or someone got on the outside of me, so then I moved up. Then someone else got back below me, so I just went and rolled the tires again.
Well, congratulations. Great job here again tonight. Dylan Rafferty, your winner. Abby giving out the trophies here tonight. Feature event here tonight with your B-Mods. Here we go. Underway at Central Missouri Speedway, just north of Warrensburg, with Cameron Grindstaff, Walker in the 04, the 5 at Dakota Foster, Kerry Davis, the 117. Here comes P-Money. Patrick Royalty now in the 49 as he slides up into that 4th spot now. Watch out for the 49 of Patrick Royalty. Grindstaff, Walker, Foster, Royalty in that 49, the 117 of Davis, then the 10 of Johnny McGinnis now. Here comes the 7, also a Jim Moody. Larry Drake in the 27 car, the 05 of Jeremy Lyle. Here comes also that 94 of Jacob Bieber working his way up through the field, but right now Grindstaff in the 14, your race leader. So this will be lap number 4 as they come across this time, lap number 4. So Grindstaff now, Foster and P-Money. Here comes Royalty side by side for that 2nd spot. Good battle. Royalty now slides up to the high side in 4, but your leader right now, it's still Cameron Grindstaff in the 14. So now P-Money, 49 of Royalty, takes that 2nd spot side by side still with the 5 of Dakota Foster. These two put on quite a show at the end of the last year in some of our specials here at Central Missouri. So these two guys, they race them nice and clean, so it's good to see that. But right now Royalty gets ahead. Pushes ahead into that 2nd spot. Foster back to 3rd. Kerry Davis, the 04 of Walker, the 7 of Moody, the 10 of McGinnis, and the 05 of Lyle. Oh, Moody goes up to the high side, and 4 almost goes off also with Larry Drake as well. But back to your leaders. Watch out for the 49 of Patrick Royalty. We'll be able to close the gap on Grindstaff in the 14. Right now, Grindstaff's not sure. Do I go high? Do I go low? He's right about in the middle. Now he goes to the high side, coming out of 1 and 2. But Royalty on the move. Royalty with a 16.4, matching the speed right now with a 16.6. But Royalty with a quick time of 16.4, closing the gap on your leader here. 11 laps remain, but Patrick Royalty now almost side by side he is as he gets a nose in there coming into turn number 4. Grindstaff hanging on, good clean racing coming out of turn number 4. But your race leader, Patrick Royalty, gets a nose in front of Grindstaff, still hanging on as they come down that back stretch. But now on the low side, it's Patrick Royalty trying to hang in there as they get into some lap traffic now. The 12 junior of Olin Stevens right in front of them. And now Grindstaff going to try to use that lap traffic to maintain this lead. Here comes Royalty, though, on the low side. He gets past the 14 of Grindstaff with your new leader coming across this time. But Grindstaff with a run out of 4. Grindstaff still scored as your race leader. 8 laps to go. What a race for your top 2. Foster hanging out just behind to see if somebody makes a mistake. Here comes Royalty now down on the low side. He grabs that lead in lap traffic. Patrick Royalty, P-Money in the 49. Grindstaff now, see if he can make up some position as the 73 gets loose on the high side. Yellow flag comes out. Yellow flag comes out with Patrick Royalty as your race leader. A great race up here at the front of the field. Here we go. Green flag underway. Patrick Royalty takes it out to the lead out of turn number 2. It's Foster now to the second spot. Dakota Foster in the 5. Grindstaff with the 117 of Kerry Davis. Here comes Moody in the 7. The 04 Chad Walker. 94. Look at Jacob Ebert moving his way up through. He gets by Walker now, takes that spot away, but it's P-Money, Patrick Royalty as he comes by this time. Just 5 to go, 5 to go. Oh, and we have a car go over in turn number 3 and 4. Red flag condition again. The 94 of Ebert, the 05 of Lyle. Here we go. Underway, green flag. Everybody cleaning green as Royalty now starts to pull away as Dakota Foster tries to go to that high side. 6 laps remain now. 6 laps remain. This will be 5 this time across. 5 this time across. As Jonathan Knotts almost goes around and out of turn number 2, but Patrick Royalty, your leader. Foster, here comes Moody now. In the Bobby Russell number 7 car, Moody up into that 3rd spot. Grindstaff 4th, Kerry Davis. And now the 6th spot goes to the 94 of Jacob Ebert, 4-time track champion here. Just 4 laps remain now for Patrick Royalty. Patrick Royalty won a feature here late last year as the yellow flag comes out here again. As another car goes up over turns number 3 and 4, just slides over the top. Oh, here we go. So P-Money, Patrick Royalty. Now here comes Foster. Trying to find something on that low side. Kerry Davis now does go to the high side, as does Patrick Royalty. Here comes Foster. Royalty with your lead. This will be a white flag this next time across, I believe, for Patrick Royalty. White flag next time across. White flag next time across for Patrick Royalty. So Royalty, Foster, Moody. The 117 of Kerry Davis in the Tim Galvin car. Cameron Grindstaff, Jacob Ebert. White flag out for your leader, Patrick Royalty in the 49. So Royalty, Dakota Foster, Jim Moody, and Patrick Royalty hangs on. He comes out of turn number 4. Your winner, Patrick Royalty, Dakota Foster. It's Jim Moody, Kerry Davis, Cameron Grindstaff. I believe the 05 of Lyle, the 94 of Evert, Chad Walker in 8th. Clifford Lynn in 9th, and Johnny McGinnis, the top 10. We'll head on down to Patrick Royalty. And race night street stock feature event here again at Central Missouri Speedway, side by side. It's Campbell, it's Hammond. Green flag flies, we're underway. Campbell comes out of turn 2 with that race lead. Hammonds. Larry Ferris and the 7 of Brett Wood. Jimmy Go on the high side. Jason Park, the 175. Lap number 1, it's Campbell as your race leader. Hammonds, Ferris, and Woods. There's your top 4. Jimmy Go, top 5. Campbell, former track champion here as well. 7 of Brett Wood, multiple track champions, including last season. Brett Woody Woods in the 7 car. L&L Pest Control on the side of that machine. But right now it's Campbell. Guess we're going to have a 15-lap event for the feature tonight. So 12 to go this time across with this 3 in the books. Campbell, Hammonds, Brett Wood, Ferris, Jason Park, Jimmy Go. Here comes a boomer. John Brooks, look at that station wagon looking street stock in the 27. Oh, as Sam Scott goes around into 93 in turn number 3 and 4. That brings out our first caution of the night for the street stocks. It's Campbell, it's Hammond, Brett Wood on the high side. Here we go. Still Campbell as the leader now. Here comes Brett Wood with Hammond. Hammond trying to hang on to that second spot. A little bit of bottom feeding now as the things start to slick up pretty good here. Oh, and we have the 77 of Danny McKenzie goes around in turns 3 and 4. That brings out another caution. Down 10 to go. Campbell brings him down underway. Green flag flies. So Campbell, Brett Wood now back up into the second spot as he gets by. I see a low line and a high line developing here as Brett Wood. Hey, nobody's going to the high side, so I'm going to try it up here. And there he goes. Brett Wood on that high side. Campbell tries to slide up in front of him now, coming out of turn number 2. Campbell with a lower line, but Brett Wood says, hey, I'm going to go up high here. And now Campbell tries to dive in front of him. Here comes Brett Wood now down on the low side. These two veteran drivers side by side coming out of turn number 2. Brett Wood. 8 laps to go with Campbell, Wood, Hammonds, Jason Park, and Larry Ferris, your top 5. Good racing here up front. Good chess match going on between these top 2 of Campbell and Brett Wood. Brett Wood now kind of settles in behind him. Brett using the high side a little bit here, but Campbell primarily on the low side, bottom feeding. Then it's Hammonds again, and Jason Park and Ferris. That's a good battle back there. Brett behind him. The boomer, John Brooks, Jimmy Go, Devin Irvin, the 09 of Eichelberry, 28 of Kirscher. But back to your leaders, 5 to go. This time, whoa, as Jester almost goes around right in front of your leaders. Jester in the 51. Now let's see what Campbell does. He says, well, I'll go down below him. As Jester now goes all the way to the top, almost up and off there, right in front of your leaders. That could have been a disaster. But they hang on. Campbell as the yellow flag comes out again for the boomer. John Brooks goes around out of turn number 2. Here we go. So let's see what Campbell and Wood do again. Brett Wood trying to use the high side. I think he might find something up there, but right now Hammond's in the 30 of Campbell. Stay down low. Brett says, well, I got to go somewhere if I'm going to get around the 30 of Campbell. So he says, well, I'll try it up high. So Campbell, Wood, yellow again. Wrecker on the front side here. 9 in the B-Mod race, but here comes Campbell. Just 6 laps, so this will be 5 laps to go, I believe, in this time across. Campbell, Wood, Hammond, your top 3. Park, Jimmy Go, Devin Irvin. So it'll be 4 to go now. Hammond side by side with Brett Wood for that second spot as Campbell hangs on to it coming out of turn number 4. Good battle for second now. Brett Wood saying, hey, I'm going to stay up here, see what happens. But now Hammond now side by side for that second spot. Jimmy Go now on the move in the high side. So we got some bottom feeders and some top feeders. Still Brett Wood in that second spot. I have 3 to go. 3 to go now with The 30 of Campbell, Wood and Hammond. Park, go. Devin Irvin. White flag next time across. White flag next time across. Oh, and the 51 of Jester goes around on the back stretch there, coming out of turn number 2, Randy Jester. 30 of Campbell, green, white checker. So Campbell, Wood, Hammonds. Wood still sticking on that top side, Hammonds on the low side. Let's see if Wood has anything for Campbell here at the end. Here comes Jimmy Go now, side by side with Park for that 4th spot. Good battle all the way into your top 5 here, but it's Clayton Campbell in the 30. Brett Wood, will he have anything on this slap? And now Clayton Campbell might slide up in front of him. Let's see what happens on this final lap. Good battle for 4th and 5th. Oh, as the yellow comes around again for Danny McKenzie in turn number 2. So Campbell, Wood, Hammonds, let's see what happens here on the final lap. We can finish this one up. Another try here for the street stocks. That's Campbell, Wood, Hammonds, Jason Park, Jimmy Go. And then Devin Irvin coming on here late in the race. Devin Irvin in the 67 as the white flag comes out for your race leader. Campbell, Wood, Hammonds, your top 3. Jason Park just behind him. Oh, and now Devin Irvin goes around as well. Let's see if we can finish it up here as he's off on the low side of the track. The double checkers come out. It is Clayton Campbell, Wood, Hammonds, Park, Jimmy Go, Chris Kircher, Chad Eichelberry, John Brooks, Sam Scott, and Devin Irvin. So your winner, Clayton Campbell. Clayton Campbell, your winner tonight. There you go, Clayton. Couple of green-white checkers there right at the end. I'm sure you saw Brett Wood there a couple times on that high side. You guys had a pretty good race tonight.
Yeah, I seen, well, when the yellow had come out, I knew somebody was over, seen a nose up there. Had a lot of chances to lose that one with the yellows there at the end, so congratulations. I know you have a few things on the car. Anything about the sponsors? Oh, I just want to thank my dad and his wife, and then my wife and kids. They pretty well do everything. So,
all right, great run tonight, Clayton Campbell. Your winner tonight with the Street Stocks. There's out of Happy, Texas, USMTS. Here we go. 25 laps, modifieds. So Siebert and Lyle the 16S, his new chassis as well. It's Chad Lyle. Siebert, Sanders, the 88 of Jimmy Dow, the 22 of Rick Beebe. There's your top 5 on lap number 1. Dean Willie behind them with Tim Carrick, Gunnar Martin, Dalton Kirk in the 10th spot. But here's your leader, Chad Lyle in the 16 car. So Lyle, Siebert, Sanders, Rick Beebe, the Rocket Man, the 1K of Tim Carrick in his Vanderbilt chassis. Jimmy Dow, the 88, the 68 of Dean Willie, the 75 of Gunnar Martin. So 22 laps remain. So that's lap number 3. Lap number 3 as they come across. See some bottom feeders out there as well, but let's see if somebody jumps up to this top side. Oh, and the 1K of Carrick goes around. They got hooked up there, it looks like, as several cars go around to avoid the 1K of Carrick and the 22, the Rocket Man, BB, and everybody behind them. This had to come to a stop. All right, looks like your field is reset, and we're underway. So Lyle, Siebert, and Sanders. 88 of Jimmy Dow. Here comes the 68 of Dean Willie. Dean Willie now into the top 5. But right now it's the 16 of Lyle. So Lyle, Siebert, Sanders. 88 of Dallas, 68 of Dean Willie. So 5 down, 20 to go. This will be 19 to go this time across. Still Lyle. Siebert now trying that low side patiently. With Sanders also down there. Here comes Dean Willie. Dean Willie looking strong. Gets by Dow in the 88. Siebert now the 30 of Dalton Kirk. So still Chad Lyle. New car this year, Chad Lyle the 16. 17 to go now. But Chad Lyle, your race leaders. Siebert, Sanders, Willie. The 88 of Jimmy Dow. 6th spot, Shad Batter, Dalton Kirk, and 7th, Gunnar Martin, 8th, Kyle Westerhold, 9th. And then I believe Grindstaff. Here comes the 90 of Terry Schultz now on that top side. He's trying to get around Cameron Grindstaff. Here comes Terry Schultz. Oh, as they slow down in turn number 2. Grindstaff comes to a halt. That all started as the 17K of Westerhold got a little bit sideways. And Grindstaff trying not to hit him. 16 to go. The 0, Richard Lane now pulling off. Richard Lane in the 0. As Lyle slides up pretty high coming out of turn number 2 there. That closed the gap just briefly there. Richard Lane had to pull off, but it's Lyle, Siebert, Sanders, Willie. As the yellow comes out, another problem back here. And I believe turns 3 or 4. 90 Schultz was able to make it back out. We have some debris up here in turn number 4. As that. And here we go. So Lyle still maintains that lead as he does slide up high in turn number 2 again. Austin, Siebert, Sanders, Willie, Jimmy Dow, your top 5. There we go. We got that lap in now. 10 down. 10 down, 15 to go. Let's see who can hang on here. Will Chad Lyle with the new chassis hang on as he slides up into turn number 4. You can see Sanders also searching on the track, see if he can find some grip on the top side. There goes Rodney Sanders up high. Chad Lyle slides up into turn number 4. Siebert, Sanders. Still Dean Willie looking strong tonight. The 88 of Dow. Gunnar Martin, the 30 of Dalton Kirk. 1K of Tim Carrick working his way back up through the field again. Back up to 8th. Westerhold 9th. As we had a problem with the 75. I believe that is Gunnar Martin. He's going to need the hook on the backside as I saw that front left rear wobbling. Front left tire wobbling. The 90 is Schultz and the 74 is Schweitzer. Here we go. Here comes Siebert now. Look out. Chad Lyle as he slides up into 3 and 4. So him, Siebert, Sanders, Willie, Dow, your top 5, the 1K of Tim Carrick. As he fights his way back after that early race spin. Still Chad Lyle. New chassis this year, I believe, an MB Custom. So still Lyle. This will be 5 to go. 5 to go this time across. For your leader, track champion Chad Lyle. Siebert, Sanders, Willie. Here comes the 1K of Carrick now. 1K of Carrick gets his nose in under the 88. So let's see if Carrick can move up that spot with Jimmy Dow. He and Jimmy Dow side by side racing. Jimmy Dow in the 1K of Carrick as they dive down there in 1 and 2. This is for the 5th spot. Now Carrick takes that spot away, but your leader comes across the front stretch. It's the 16 of Lyle. So Lyle, Siebert, Sanders, Willie, but Dow fighting back. He's hanging on to that 5th spot. Good race here for that 5th spot. The 1K of Carrick gets the low side. Now Carrick gets by him. Carrick up into that 5th spot. White flag will come out the next time across. Lyle, your leader. Chad Lyle, Central Auto Racing Booster Hall of Fame driver and track champion last year. The white flag comes out for Chad Lyle in the 16S. Good battle for second now between the 16 of Siebert and the 20 of Sanders. 68 of Dean Willie and the 1K of Tim Carrick, your top 5 as he comes out of turn number 4. Chad Lyle, your winner tonight. It's Siebert, Sanders, Dean Willie, the 1K of Carrick, Jimmy Dow in the 88, the 17. I don't know, they are the 17 of Westerholt, Jimmy Dow. So Westerholt takes 6th, Jimmy Dow 7th, Terry Schultz 8th. So good battle here tonight. The 16S of Chad Lyle, your winner here tonight. He was our track champion last year and now a Central Auto Racing Boosters Hall of Fame. As he gets up and out, Chad Lyle, your winner tonight. As Earl Walls shakes his hand. So congratulations, Chad, on a great run tonight. I tell you what, a lot of laps, got it in and finished it up.
Yeah, there's a lot of yellows. What are you going to do? You know?
Yeah, you just got to go with it. New car this year, right?
This is the first night we've actually run decent out of the 3 nights we've run, so we're getting happier.
All right, and MB Customs, right?
Yes, sir.
New chassis, of course, Morton Enterprises. It's always a good team over here, Christina and the whole gang.
Absolutely. Richard, Christina, big thanks. Thanks to my brother Clint, and thanks to Gary Fain for all you guys do.
All right, congratulations, your winner tonight, Chad Lyle. Again, on behalf of Earl and Susan Walls, we thank you for choosing Central Missouri Speedway for your dirt of choice on Saturday night. Have a safe drive home. God blessings to you. Happy Easter and good night.